How are you? T minus 29 minutes away from a qualifying session, the first of F1 in 2025. I can't keep the smile off my face, chat. I'll be honest with you. Listen, the journey sometimes is better than the destination, and right now we don't know what's going to happen. Don't know whether Max has got the car. I don't know whether Lando. I've got a couple of tidbits. I've been doing some due diligence with a view to understand, for that to unpick at that in real time. And we'll go through what's going on, Mike. And welcome to the gang, the one that they call Steven Seagal. Great name, by the way. Not a bad mixed martial artist back in his day, some say. Or maybe one of the most controversial. What do I think about FT? I'm an F1 specialist these days, which means sadly that I don't have much time to consume anything else, let alone any other formula. It's just it's chaos. Genius. Let's go. Back on this channel since AD24. Jeez, genius. We've got to go through it. Warren, what's going on? T minus 28 minutes away from the first. It's going to get chaotic in here. It will get manic, and I'm here for it, chat. Listen, let me go. We'll repeat this a couple of different times because I wanted to understand what I was looking at during FP3. So, of course, you've got to leverage the theoretical best lap times. And to do that, I saw that your top 5 looks like this. Shall look at theoretical best lap time. So that means that if their best sectors have happened over the course of different laps, you amalgamate them irrespective. Charles Leclerc theoretical best time 1:16.045, fifth quickest. The one they call Max Verstappen, fourth quickest on a 1:15.929. George Russell 1:15.960. Oscar Piastri second, 1:15.854. Lando Norris, therefore, provisional pole based upon times in FP3, theoretical times. Best sectors amalgamated 1:15.729. Lando Norris, then, in my humble opinion, in line with all of the F1 aficionados worth their metal, has the whip hand to the tune of a tenth and a half over his teammate Oscar Jack Piastri. But who knows? There's a lot of racing to be done. Detaching myself from F1 was so good. I got into another sport. What sport did he get into, Genius? Jomo, the legend that is. Brap. Let's go, Selvin. Brap. Put some respect on his name. Selvin, did you see the Red Bull culture clash, by the way? Speaking of segues, Spice, DWE. Ooh, incredible settings. Micah says, if Behrman or another rookie crashes, do you think teams will start regretting? I mean, it's a bit soon, Micah, but I think you could see Aya Komatsu already not looking too pleased. I'll say that much. It's Williams also looked very quick. It's a good shout, Robert Tafe. It's gonna get let's go, Turtle. 86 of you in the chat concurring. Can we get out the gate quick, as Sir Lewis Hamilton needs to do, and smash likes, por favor. Every little bit helps, and we come to take names this year. To become the market leader, hence why you see me up at 4:05 in the morning. Greenwich Mean Time, British Standard Time. Do you know what I mean? Come to take names, Micah. Emil says, I don't think all rookies will last this season. I mean, Jack Doohan. But Jack's looked all right, eh? As you'd expect around his home Grand Prix, Albert Park. Jack hasn't looked too bad, but I think the circumstance sadly betrays Jack Doohan's potential to the downside. You know what I mean? Give the dude some runway. I mean, 6 races. How about half a season, 12? Give him 12 races, see what he does. After that time, if he hasn't met your not insubstantial expectations, Flavio Briatore, then sack him and bring in one Franco Colapinto. But before then, I think you'd be doing him a disservice just a little bit. You know what I mean? Just a tad. But I digress. What do I know? I'm just a noddy B-spec F1 mind content creator who knows nothing. What do I know? I had somebody come in a chat the other day and say, oh, Cameron, your weird knowledge isn't sufficient. You use the same low-hanging journalistic tropes to reference. Just go away. Go away. Positivity or negative. Like, what are we doing here? It's just nonsense. Hey, look at Cameron's airline already. We don't like that much. Ugh. Anyway, I guess 119 of you watching concurrently. Do me a favour and smash the like because it helps. It matters. I'm going to keep on repeating myself, chat, because it is important stuff. That. Right. Oh, that's quite good. Oh, look at this. Cameron messing around with let's go. If Ben or another oh, excuse me. Sneezing coming. That's my wife and whole household woken up now. 145 of you watching concurrently, do me a favour and smash the like if you could, because it matters, it helps, and I'm come to take names. Oh, the humanity. You see this? What's going on here? Just went to get a trim yesterday and now it's all faded away. Gone with the wind. Cameron Glazy. Oh, mate. Max Verstappen. He's not. But I mean, we talk about that with T minus 2022. T minus 22 minutes to go until we get ourselves some Q1. Oh shoot, now I'm gonna have to restart my Sky Sports. And God forbid that is Sky Sports gonna do something here? Probably. Come on, Sky Sports, don't let me down. Paying 90 quid a month, do you know what I mean? One of these days you can do what you're supposed to do for once. Probably P6. Lewis probably P6. Where did we predict him, by the way? Do you remember, Alex, where we predicted? I'm sure it was P5 or P6. To which Sir Lewis Hamilton fundamentalist responded, Cameron, what are you talking about? How dare you? Put some respect on Lewis Hamilton's name. What are you talking about? He's won the most races. He's won the most... You know what I mean? Past performance is not an indication of future. At this stage, I can't. I just get tired. Oh, of course, you absolute jokers. Just what's the point? Sky Sports F1. Just do whatever you want to do, mate. Like Sky Sports F1. I'm gonna have to. Are you joining Alpine? They look good, don't they, Max? Is the salient point as he resets his Sky Go. This is techie now because I might have to do something before 2 something. Shout out to the one that they call Uncle Shannon. Right, let's see if I can get some Sky Go working. You know, I had it working, but then the bloody sound isn't in sync and all this nonsense, and you got to reset your Sky and potentially reset your computer. And now, on the 5th time of asking, we get ourselves a cheeky audio and a visual that's synced for once. What are we doing here? Glazy Genius says Cam's got the sniper dream forward. It's chaos. It's chaos, Genius. It is chaos. What's going on, Will? I hope you're good. Everything is better with Glaze. Max, Sporting Endeavour Par Excellence is the restaurant at which we dine most frequently over here on the channel they call Triple C. Sometimes. I know, Genius. It's got to be done at some point. The F1 TV. I don't know why. I do know why I stick with Sky Sports F1. There's a couple of reasons. Whenever I don't tend to watch Television, and if it's if I do turn it on, I'm going to turn it on to watch some F1, right? Whether that's past or present, get some narrative and plot so that I can distill it and bring it to you here as best as possibly can. 3:09 in Melbourne. Did you sleep? I didn't sleep at all, Luke. Do you want me to tell you? Do you guys want to know what I did between FP3 and Quali? I was just watching car stuff. I'm a massive car. This is why. This is where the F1 thing comes from. I'm a massive petrol head or piston head. I just can't help myself. I was just watching the Ioniq, that latest electric car, the Ioniq 5QN or something. I can't remember what it's called, but it's rapid. So I didn't sleep at all. So you could probably see that written all over my face. Couple of hours sleep, but I digress. I mean, what am I moaning for? What's going on, King of Nuts? I hope you're good. I'm excited, but worried if they have to change Lawson's PU 100%, Max. It's I mean, the better if that were Max's PU, can you imagine? Unbelievable. I'm just watching Max, by the way, milk carton settings. It has to be done. Lee, can apologise. That means, therefore, that for the sake of this, for the purposes of this stream, we've got another mouth breather presenting T minus 28 minutes or 18 minutes even before we get ourselves a cheeky Q1. Going to be here this year. Did you migrate over from another live watch along? Did you? Do tell Stephen. Who were you watching? I mean, over here, I'm doing my very, very best. I think the issue, without mentioning names, I think the issue for the space broadly, I mean, if I focus my scopes on Sky Sports F1, they're a little bit, not vanilla, but linear. I mean, a bit boring in the way that they present a very interesting, dynamic sport, right? It's very straight-laced and lacks a bit of authenticity. And that's what we're looking to bring to the fray, right? You guys are going to correct me on some of my, but I won't bat 1,000. Who does? But, I mean, I want to bring some personality. The people that I watch as far as my other sports watch-alongs and stuff, there's personality in there, a bit of, do you know what I mean? A bit of vavavoom and a bit of, it's Abdo and it's Gnev, and it's Hobbs even said he was same as X. Red Bull look amazing mostly. Grip is still an issue, but everything else looks superb. Also feel like McLaren will face 2024 drop. Did you have a coffee? Yeah, stats. Yeah, I mean they do a job over at Racing Statistics. Far be it for me. Again, Stephen, far be it for me to hate on another channel. They've been at it a long time, to be fair, bless them. But I would argue that it's easy to do the faceless thing. Do you know what I mean? I want to see in 2025 the people that I'm watching. I think AI is rampant, and I want to see a face with some express. Oh, it's just me. Do you know what I mean, Stephen? All of us. Is it really, Stephen? Go on, detail. Give me the tea, chap, because I don't know. I don't watch anybody else, so I ingest this stuff via osmosis through you guys. I don't know. Sky F1 shy away from controversy, but we're here for count. I know we've got to lean into it. Eh? Controversy. T minus 46 minutes. Holy smoke! I thought we'd come here 30 minutes before. Like we've got right. It's fine. We come here T minus 45 minutes till we get ourselves a session. So we kick off at 5 a.m. British Standard Time. But we can riff here. 159 of you watching concurrently. Do me a favour, therefore, and smash the like. I've gone early. Whatever. It's the first session of the year proper, and I think it deserves to get talked to. As soon as I hear it's an AI voice, I'm got 100%, Rafa. I mean, what do we do? Like, show me someone, please. Like, why does it? And you know what? If you're gonna do the AI thing, some of these bots on Sky Sports F1 mention no names are just a bit like, I don't know. It's like, what's the point? Yeah, no, I concur with you guys in the chat. I want to see a face proper and a reaction proper, a human proper. It's too, I don't know. It's too, life is too short for me to be dealing with AI all the time. Grash is a control freak. Oh no, I don't know who these people are, Stephen. It's a shame that. Ionic 5N, that's it, the King of Nuts. The Ionic 5N. I was checking it out. It defeats all comers, right? Keeps up with Lamborghinis and such. I was like, what is going on? Chaos. I quite fancy it. If I could afford 60 grand, I'd definitely, but I don't know if that's going to happen. Lewis Hamilton going back. We've seen the footage of Lewis Hamilton going back to his motorhome about a gazillion times with helmet on, eh? Crashes control feet. Rayan was good. I've listened to Ray and Stephen, and Ray was a decent commentator, I can't lie. Gave some colour to it, quite professional. There's a couple dudes out there who've been going, I mean, do you know what I mean? I can't hate on any of the other content creators. It's a decent community for the most part. We are so backhands. It is going to get techie. 184 out there of you watching this stream concurrently. Do me a favour, therefore, and smash the like. We are T minus 44 minutes before we get to see. I'm going to say this again for the avoidance of doubt, because I feel like what better time to be alive as far as a Formula One fan. I mean, this is Christmas Eve, is it not? The next 45 minutes, or the next hour and 45, we're going to get to see all of the answers to our exam questions. Does Max Verstappen have a car capable using which he can defend the championship? 5-time champion. I mean, who's done that in F1 history? Michael Schumacher only. Lewis desperately tried to do it in 2021 and fell at the altar of Michael Massey settings. Do Williams, have they taken a leap year on year? Is that pace true, or have they been dialing up their engine to 1,000 gazillion? So too, we've got to talk about Ferrari. What's the dynamic between Lewis and Charles? Does Charles have the pace? Does Charles have the machinery to win himself the first to fulfill the final promise to his dad, not long deceased? It's all techie. Chat. Does McLaren, are they really the quickest? Well, if you look at the theoretical lap times, let's get techie. We'll revisit this because I think this is important. I saw Lando Norris doing what Lando's made an industry out of in the off season. In doing a cheeky sector 1, he did a 26.3 and then almost abandoned the lap, didn't he? In sector 1, a 26.3. In sector 2, he did a 17.1, and then we got a yellow sector. That feels like that's epitomised Lando Norris's, aka Lando Norris's off-season. Would go out there and do a blistering sector and then abandon the rest of the lap, almost with a view to keep his powder dry, keep McLaren's performance cards very close to their chest. So you can see this borne out in the theoretical lap times, right? And again, go and check out Multiviewer. When we get the metrics up on the screen, all of them are a function of our mates over at Multiviewer. You can have infinitely more than I'm able to show to you during the live. Here, the theoretical lap times. Lando Norris currently has the quickest one. Theoretical being, of course, if you combine the various purple sectors, they're quickest sectors over the course of that session in FP3. Done the deep dive, the due diligence, and I submit to you as follows. Lando Norris, his theoretical quickest time is fastest of all, a 1:15.729. Oscar Piastri, a tenth and a half shy of his teammate, 1:15.854. George Russell on a 1:15.960. Max Verstappen, only a couple tenths adrift. Is he even? Have I got this the wrong way around? Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh. Misrepresenting truth. I apologise. Excuse me. Max Verstappen, the next quickest after Oscar Piastri, third, therefore, on a 1:15.929. George Russell is fourth in the theoretical timing sheets on a 1:15.960. And then in fifth, you've got yourself the SF25 of Charles Leclerc on a 1:16.045. There are so many questions to answer, though. How much can we trust in the theoretical times? How much can you normalise for loads and different setups, as you see Ollie Behrman walk away from yet another yeeting it into the barrier? What are we doing here? Ollie Behrman hasn't got much laps in, has he? And so too, Ted Kravitz says that potentially Haas have made an error, as my nose starts to scratch me all of a sudden. That potentially, it must be lying, eh? That's what my mum used to say. If your nose is itching and you tell him porkies, we'll never tell a porky on the Cameron CC channel, not knowingly at least. Ollie Behrman, not done many laps, and that's going to count against him, isn't it, in qualifying? In testing, all that they focused on was race simulations, meaning, therefore, this is a brand new circumstance as far as becoming an F1 driver for Ollie Behrman. Indeed, Haas potentially investing too much confidence in the rookie. Surely you got to get practice. Practice doesn't make perfect. Deliberate practice, perfect. Practice makes perfect. And Ollie Behrman, as far as a qualifying circumstance, has zero of that. And that's where it's going to get techie than techie things for the chap. And want to beat Max Verstappen in worst car slot. Go on, you know what? I was talking to Nasher at Quick Stop F1 about this. I'm going to start to bring in these conversations that I have offline with Mr. Windsor and Nasher and Tomo, the legend that is. And of course, Shez and Baxley. Most frequently, by the way, both of those dudes infinitely more knowledgeable on all things F1 than I. I was talking to Nasher about Charles Leclerc. And I said my supposition, I outlined it as follows. If Max can qualify in the top 4, just looking at the calendar, March the 16th, Australia, next Grand Prix at China, Japan, and then we go Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, Miami, and then we get back to Europe, Imola, Monaco, Spain, Canada, Austria, UK, Belgium, Hungary, Netherlands, Italy, etc., etc. You get the picture. 217 of you watching concurrently, do me a favour and smash the like. As I was saying, I put forward my supposition / hypothetical as follows as far as how this race weekend's going to play out. We assume rain on Sunday, not today though. The clouds are grey. It's cloudy, and it looks like we might get spit. But you guys in situ are telling me that Melbourne, notwithstanding 4 seasons in a day, it will be clear for the most part for quali. Tomorrow, however, the weather forecast, as at the time of writing, still says that we will get rain, heavy rain. I have it on good authority that Albert Park isn't necessarily the god-tieriest one as far as drainage, meaning therefore that if it starts to rain and rains hard, that you can expect a rain-strewn race for the entirety of the 58 laps. So too, and here's where my supposition falls down ever so slightly. If you're talking about winners, Max Verstappen, it's Max or it's Lewis, right? And Lewis still feels like he's acclimatising, getting his feet underneath the carpet, underneath the table, as at Scuderia Ferrari. Otherwise, I mean, if it was Lewis at Ferrari and it's a rainy race, then put him front and centre. Max Verstappen, if he has the wheels sufficient to qualify, let's say second, anywhere between second and fourth, if he's in and around and then it rains, I mean, you only need to rewind back to 2024, right? Brazil 2016, Brazil. Anytime it's rainy, 2023 Suzuka, anytime it's raining, Max Verstappen does one of these and goes clear. Like he's on a completely different level, just like Sir Lewis, just like Ayrton Senna. I'm trying to think who else was Michael Schumacher, of course, the original Red Baron Regenmeister. Ergo, this is my supposition to Nasher of Quick Stop F1. If Maximilian Verstappen can get himself in and around and it rains, then Houston for the other 19 we have a problem, because it would be really difficult to beat Max Verstappen. He spent half his life in karting, racing a wet track. Remember we said that practice doesn't make perfect, deliberate practice, perfect practice makes perfect. Max Verstappen is the epitome, the living, breathing embodiment of that. That's why he's so bloody quick in the wet, and that's why his internal gyroscope is god-tiery. Charles, however, I contended, as quick as he looked in FP1 and FP2, I contended to Nasher of Quick Stop F1. Go and give that dude a follow if you haven't already. Different level content, different level industry now. If it's Charles, as quick as he's looked in FP1 and FP2, you could argue that is he a proper Regenmeister? Is he really a proper Regenmeister, the likes of which we have never seen before in Max? And I would argue not, if past his prologue, most recent evidence. And Nasher gazumped me, and he said, "Hang on, DC. Like, what are you talking about here, chap? If you consider Brazil as a case in point, then who was the one chap around whom Max Verstappen could not get in Brazil? He was like Charles Leclerc. Charles Leclerc is super quick in the wet," said Nasher of Quick Stop F1. I was like, hang on, let me go back and read. And he's right. The only reason why Max Verstappen was able to get around Charles Leclerc is because they pitted him. Now, there's, of course, another conversation to be had in there. Could Charles Leclerc have overridden Scuderia Ferrari and stayed out 2024 Brazil? Potentially, or potentially not. Maybe he didn't have the minerals. Maybe, like Lando and George, he wasn't comfortable staying out in those conditions without having fresh rubber underneath him. It was dangerous conditions, but that's when Max Verstappen's internal gyroscope, his ability to find grip in the wet, to explore the track where everybody else couldn't even keep it on the black stuff. That's where that sort of God tier level, 10,000 hours level of practice makes a difference. And so if you go in a wet, if you can guarantee me a wet race tomorrow, then Max Verstappen would go well. More than that, I can't say. Yeah, Lando Norris might drop it on pole, but if Lando Norris drops it on pole lift past his prologue, does he make it into turn one before a fire-breathing dragon in Charles Leclerc and the fire-breathing dragon in Maximilian Verstappen? Foursome say seem to be far. I don't know. I'm not betting. Listen, the trend is your friend until there is a bend. And the trend as it stands is that Lando Norris loves to give away some places on a first lap, especially when he qualifies in pole and has Max behind him. He just loves it. Defensive posture isn't something that he does very well. Doesn't dial in the requisite amounts of RPM. Software glitch on the McLaren shifting from first to second to third. Do you know what I mean? Why doesn't he point his car at the second place dude on the grid? Why not? I was talking to a mate about Michael Schumacher, who, by the way, used to park his car up as near as makes the difference, perpendicular, with his nose pointing at the second place person. Signal of intent. You think you're going to go at my inside into turn one? You better think again, chap. You see the angle of my car before we've even dialed in any throttle. So, I don't know. It's going to get chaotic. 247 of you watching us. We are T-minus 33 minutes away from a qualifying session. Sandbagging Liam Genius. Do you think so? Yeah, that looks like some serious issues that they've got to contend with that power unit of Liam Lawson. And I'm hoping they can get it sorted. Not an ideal race weekend. A first one proper in Red Bull racing for Liam Lawson. I mean, if you're a rookie, just put yourself in Liam's shoes for a second. You don't need this. You don't need this. Is that Dan Carter talking to Oscar Piastri? That's an interesting. I like a bit of Dan Carter, one of the greatest fly halves to ever fly half. Do you know what I mean? Not a bad sports star was our old mate Dan Carter, one of the greatest All Blacks to ever put on the All Black jersey. 276 if you're watching can currently do me a favour, smash the like, or I'm going to keep saying it. Every little bit helps these days. Milliseconds, durable competitive advantage settings. I didn't wake up at T-minus 32 minutes. Look at that. Oh, oof. Because you've got Naomi Schiff on deck. Gammy's your top five. Eric, it's an exercise in futility. Listen, if we're talking, all right, so let's get the poll voting out. And by the way, you guys can see if you hate your life and want to experience a user experience, UX, the likes of which I've never seen before in my life, poor, the understatement of the year, then the Fantasy F1 link is somewhere on the top right of your screen. Am I doing it right? I think I am. Yeah, the top right of your screen, somewhere around here. You'll need to jump in the next 31 minutes. T-minus 31 minutes until we get ourselves a lockout for the first race, after which there's no point doing Fantasy F1, I've lost my train of thought. I can't remember. One of you guys asked a brilliant question, but I can't remember what it is. Is Charles... Oh, here we go. Top five, Eric. Go on. I wouldn't stay too far. If you wanted a top five, your theoretical lap times will give you that, right? That's probably your best guess. Blended, of course, with the odds makers. And I think that's basically what they've got. Lando, Oscar. We're talking about pole, right? I think it will go something like this. Lando, Oscar, Max, George, Charles. You can switch. You can mix and match a couple of those. Maybe Max can usurp Oscar potentially. But can you imagine if oh my God, the grid tomorrow, wet race, Lando, Max in 1 and 2. Oh, the humanity, the pressure. Exactly the amount of sleep that I've gotten overnight is how much Lando will get between now and race start. This is getting flashbacks. Max will be living rent free in his head. Even the way that Max and Lando interact, you can see that Max is the daddy in that relationship. Do you know what I mean? You can see on Lando's countenance. Lando needs, I tell you what Lando needs. Lando has all the speed and racecraft that he needs to challenge Max, but what he doesn't have is the mentality. What embodies him is mental fortitude or lack thereof. You need to copy and paste George's attitude and mental onto Lando's racecraft, and then you might have you might have a Lando Norris that's ready, right? But I don't know. So I think that's your top five, Eric-ish. Don't hold me to it. In fact, speaking of that, let's get our It's at the top there, Terry. Scroll to the top of your page and you've got 2 links. You've got a link if you want to join and become a member, and you've also got a link to the Fantasy League and a code. Scroll to the top of the page, Terry. It's up there, chap. Jono, you're a legend, chap, for the algo. Let's go. Jono, you're a proper legend. I always respond to your for the algo. I haven't seen a for the algo comment, but we've been in the off season. I've missed you, Jono. Let's go, boys. F1 2025 is here. Looking forward to the commentary this year, Cam. I know we're not going anywhere. Like, I'm looking to Max Verstappen this thing. You know what I mean? 4 soon to be 5-time champions, some say. Got to take a leaf out of that chat's book. This is the only thing that I live for and breathe for, you guys. But again, let me say this. Straight out the gate, off the bat, this channel lives and breathes because of you guys. My name is above the door, of course. But 80-90% of it is you coming to all the lives, fact checking me, calling me out my ball feathers, modes of discourse, back and forth each and every single time. This platform, if you guys don't rock up and stop enjoying the streams, you got to let me know why and how, because this has got to be continuous improvement. I can't do a Lando Norris. I need to keep we need to plow on. 316 of you in the chat can currently do me a favour and smash the like. Jono, you're a legend. Is it Jono or Jono? Correct me. You know I'm a stiffler for enunciation. 262 of you in the chat as we get Brooksy, Kuran Chandak and Ted Kravitz trying to tee us up nicely. Oh, Crackosaurus out here gifting memberships. I mean, come on, Crackosaurus. You're a legend. Eric says Naomi's terrible. I'm sure she's a nice girl, but she's kind of useless. Techie it's going to be. I'm not a big Naomi fan. You guys know me already. You will have heard. Weatherman, welcome. James, morning. Michael, you're a legend. CZ, welcome. Barack. Anaru. Guys, it was practice. The rookies will flop, especially on Sunday if there's... I know, can you imagine? Go on then. Let me get the first poll of the day up. The exam question. The exam question, the one that matters. 328 of you watching concurrently. We are T-minus 27 minutes away from a race start. Let us go. A race start, a qualifying start, Q1, Q2, Q3. You understand the format, soft tyre settings. Can you imagine if Lewis puts this on poll? Lewis, by the way, I know I didn't include him in the poll, but the reason why I don't include him in the poll, because we work to the experts. I will defer. Humility is the name, and understanding and learning, continuous improvement is the game. I will defer to the odds makers who do this for a living. And as the top 4 in the qualifying poll, despite what the naysayers are saying, Sir Lewis Hamilton was it in that? Yeah, his qualifying record around Albert Park is immaculate. Nobody's put it on poll more often than Sir Lewis. But past performance is no indication of future. This makes no sense. There is a disconnect. These things, these two entities, as far as eventualities even, are mutually exclusive, are they not? What are you talking about? Lewis Hamilton's got a gazillion polls. What does that mean for today? What does that mean for today? It's a different circumstances, acclimatising at Scuderia Ferrari against the fire-breathing dragon in Charles Leclerc. So what are we doing here? Makes no sense. Again, theoretical poll per FP3, the latest and greatest evidence that we've got to go off has Lando Norris on a 1:15.729. Lando Norris, though, has been doing purple sectors here and then abandoning a lap, a cheeky snap oversteer in sector 3. It's almost like they've been deliberately hiding their light underneath a bush or keeping their powder dry. We've yet to see Lando go balls out over the course of one lap in the MCL 3.9, but we're going to see it now. Can I say this as well? What a time to be an F1 fan. I keep reiterating this and repeating it, but I feel it in my heart. The journey to some extent is better than the destination. You know those ones? When Max Verstappen is brilliant. Absolutely Mount Rushmore of F1. So too Lewis, but that's a different conversation another day. But Lewis in 2006, before we knew how great that dude could be. And Max in 2016 16, say, before we knew how great he could be. Seeing them put down those performances put hairs on the back of my neck, goosebump settings, because it was chaos. The journey, therefore, is the better than the destination, because you don't know. There's uncertainty and stakes, and we find ourselves for the first and potentially the last time in that this season. We've had testing. There's McLaren, of course, they look quick. Copy, get it. Lando Norris, building on last year as his coming out party visit. There's all these circumstances and plot lines. There are so many questions for which we'll get answers over the next hour and 25 minutes. That's the best build-up I can give you. Beat that, Crofty. I'll see you that and raise you this. Do you know what I mean? And that's why I'm amped, and that's why it's Cheshire Cat smile settings. Forgive me for my Neanderthal man carton drinking behaviour. It's unacceptable. But sometimes you got to do it if you've been up all night and it's 4:37 in the morning. T minus 23 minutes till we get ourselves Q1. Oh, the humanity. Lando absolutely needs a breakout. Yeah, Kayla in the house. Let's go, Kayla. Kayori, let's go. Spice. Did you see that, Kayori? Red Bull culture clash. We're going to have to talk about it at some point. Red Bull are a racing team also. Unbelievable. Forgive me. I apologise. Proper heathen Neanderthal behaviour. I often joke with my missus. My behaviour sometimes. Have you seen the evolution of man? Where you see like I'm on the very left hand side of it for my behaviour. If evolution completely missed me out. That Kayori, chaos, spice, Gaza. Unbelievable. Daniel says, JKD, you bet he did it. Lewis has big plans this season. Go on then, Daniel. Let's talk about Lewis, because that's the gift that's going to keep giving. 355 of you in the chat concurrently, as we are T-minus 22 minutes away from the first qualifying session of the year. And I'm here for it. Inject it into my veins. I cannot wait. 4:30. I haven't slept a wink, and I feel like I've got an 8 hours behind me. And that tells you all you need to know. Don't let Mama Cameron see you. The Foxy Century. Okay, you've like the temerity of the man, eh? Yeah, no. If Mama Cameron saw me like disowned, you've got me there, Foxy. I was getting my momentum up. I was becoming emboldened in my Neanderthal man behaviour, and now you've got me feeling shame. I watched F1 for a decade once without a season. This spot, Crackosaur, it's going to get. I'm telling you, it's going to be coffee. My favourite watching F1 of the month. You enjoy a cheeky coffee? Coffee doesn't sit well with me, Eric. Never has, never will. Even though I enjoy the caffeine boost, it's just teams will soon question Williams. They look quick, don't they? James Valls talked about it. He said that he doesn't have a lot of lap time rain tomorrow. Starting some ish. Gasly top 6. Behave yourself, Micah. Surely not. By the way, let me say, I hope your boy doesn't wake up just as Q1 starts. I know, can you imagine, Nick? Oh no, I think we'll have till 7, and if indeed he needs to go and check for his mum, although I might bring him in. It's been a while since he's been on camera. For those of you who've seen for those of you who are elated peddlers, you'll have seen my little man, me asking him who's his favourite driver. Max Verstappen. I was like, oh, fair play, don't hate it. March back in the house. Back in the house. Sainz finishing the top 8 potentially. I just can't wait. I can't keep the smile off. All right, for those of you new in the chat, first do me a favour and smash the like. 330 of you. Unprecedented number settings. Aka, Allah, Sir Lewis, Carl. Theoretical. Listen, I've done in the minutes, a few of them between FP3 and Quali. I wanted to go away and try and understand what I was looking at, because I wasn't sure. I feel like we're being missold a dream. Little Cam, I know. Let's go. Oscar Piastri, home race. This is good. This is good from Sky F1. Do you see they've reimagined or reappraised even the T-cams? They've taken a lot from Brad Pitt's film, from which we've just got a brand new trailer. Oscar Piastri drawing out the track. This is fascinating. I don't hate this. Your little man is so cute. Bless you, Foxy Century. I don't hate this from Oscar. Oscar drawing the track with his eyes closed. Goosebumps, any chat. if he, this is a god tier segment from Sky F1. Props to them if they've done this. Wow, Oscar Piastri talking us through the track with his eyes closed. Goosebumps, chat. See, these pieces like this make you happy to pay 90 quid a month, eh? Or maybe not. Maybe not so much. I've got goosebumps, chap. I feel like I'm about to start shedding tears already. Cameras are fixed. Cars look fast. The Crackosaurus. They've taken... Oh my gosh. Oscar could become the first Aussie to get a podium in Oz. I don't think he's the first winner. Genius, I think. I feel like Webber's... $5.30, Mr. Harry, go, let's go. Level of dedication. Many, if not all of them, do that, says Coyote. Techie from... Are you seeing this, Kayla? So, look, for those of you who aren't Sky F1 muggles like me, they're filming... They could have done... Okay, so they've turned it into a bit of a joke. They're filming Oscar Piastri close his eyes and draw the track to see whether he gets the proportions right. They could have... They've trivialized it a tad, but when he's doing it at first, it looks incredible. Wait, what? That's 9,000 INR a month. And it's chaos, Junior. Absolutely chaos. I'm here because I didn't pay the £90 a month, Maple. Yeah, no, just me, Umach. Listen, F1 TV all day and night. Daniel got a podium in 2014, Cam, but he got disqualified. There you go. Yeah. I feel like Webber, I don't know, I can't remember. 365 of you watching concurrently. Right, for the avoidance of that, let me set the scene. Theoretical lap times are as follows. If you are invested in who's going to drop this on poll in T-minus 17 minutes when we get ourselves a cheeky Q1 underway. The theoretical lap times in FP3 were as follows. Theoretical lap times, by the way, you take the best sectors over the course of the session per each of these drivers to follow. Lando Norris, 1:15.729. He was quickest, therefore. Theoretical lap times in FP3. Oscar Piastri second, 1:15.854. George Russell in fourth, 1:15.9. I'm reading them out a bit topsy-turvy because, again, my due diligence isn't that robust. Max Verstappen in third after the two boys from McLaren, 1:15.929. If this shapes up like this, chap, Zach Brown and Andrea Stella are going to have to get their arms around Lando Norris and Oscar J very, very quickly, lest they want to be doomed to repeat the mistakes of Crispus past. Mention no names, Monza. You saw on Drive to Survive already, Wheels of Fortune, the episode that chronicles Zach Brown's come to the fore, Mr. Commercial Minded, etc. But the multitudinous mistakes that they made in 2024, not least Hungary, not least Austria, not least Silverstone, but particularly Monza. Monza was probably the worst one because they had a 1-2 right there within their grasp. But so typical of the McLaren season was that they seized defeat from the moors, no jaws of victory. They were too busy fighting, scrapping, going into the second chicane, allowing Oscar J to go round the outside, and thwart McLaren's 1-2 that they had within their grasps. Charles Leclerc went on to win that race, of course, and Zach Brown and Andreas should be ashamed of themselves if they haven't learned. They can lock out the grid. OJ needs to play rear gunner to Max Verstappen. He needs to play possum, but he's not going to, is he? Not the first rate. This is what you got to get out the gate quick. Oh, and by the way, speaking of get out the gate quick, the reason why Max has been so difficult to defeat is because he's been leading the driver standings for 1,021 days. Every single time, if you're building a pyramid, the foundation ground zero is that you get out the gate quick. So Lewis Hamilton has made an industry out of getting out of the gate very, very slowly. He always does his best work in the second half of the season, though. Max Verstappen in stark contrast, make sure he builds himself a lead to make himself almost impossible to overtake in both the drivers' standings and over the course of a race weekend on Sunday. 1021 days. Last time he didn't lead a race was Spain, lead a championship even, Spain of 2022, 1,000 days ago. Mats has led the Drivers' Championship ever since, and that's got to mean something, right? Lando, if he harbours aspirations, and the rest for that matter, the other 19, if they harbour aspirations to win a Drivers' Championship, then what they can't afford to do is make Max Verstappen continue with that streak. They need to get out in front of him quick time. For the avoidance of doubt, Screefy says, oh, you might say true, but I refuse to watch the fan code because the sky. Oh, by the way, if you're F1 fantasying it, scroll to the top of the chat. I've dropped a link, 2 links. Want to become an elite peddler, get yourself access to some emojis, access to the Discord, priority in the chat each and every single time. Click that one, become a member, an elite peddler. The one beneath it is a link to the fantasy, the old, I can't remember what I called it. It's the, you must always leave a space is what the fantasy league is called. Hammer time. They can't say hammer time. That would be too much. In saying hammer time, you give Mercedes free advertising. They won't want to do that. Still strange to see McLaren as the first garage, says Kayla. Style, good morning. Well, mornings or Style, haven't slept a wink, but I feel like I've got an 8 hours. So adrenaline filled am I. T minus 12 minutes till we get ourselves a cheeky Q1, during which metrics provided to you by the legends over at Multiviewer. As always, be sure to go and download that app if you like yourself metrics, speed trap times, sector times, microsectors too. They've got everything. Best app in the game. Goatiest F1 app to have ever F1's. What's going on with you? Long time no see. And breathe. I used to be the same, man, but now I got money, and every time I hear Crofty, my ears start bleeding. I know. It's not great. Have you guys seen the things that they've been doing with F1 TV? Keep seeing it on Reddit that they're messing around with the prices, and you can't get it in a certain country, and they deleted the optionality to. What do we do? You just can't. He will be. Rafa, it'll be lurking, won't he? That chap they call Mohammed Ben Sulayem. FIA legal action pending. Is there 74 teams in the fantasy? I did not know that, Renegade. That makes me happy. Coffee for now. I was going to take it seriously, but then I feel like it's getting to that point. I wish they'd sort out the user interface. It can't be so rubbish. Do you know what I mean? But 11:49 in Laos. I should know how to pronounce that, Hendrik. I'm a numpty. Oh, cheeky word with Christian Horner. Is Liam's car okay? It will be ready for the session. Crofty out, Alex Jason. I couldn't echo those sentiments more if I tried. Like, don't know for sure they are greedy, Cameron. Really greedy in F1. I mean, cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the money. Dollar bills, yo. You know what I mean? 5 Christmas now. Where's Coyote? 5 Christmas now. I mean, I drink the sorrel. Landlord and Mama Dea courthouse a quarrel. I was stumbled on that next lyric, Coyote. But I digress. Tempo de Martello. I just heard Ted say that. Tempo de Martello. Interesting, eh? Lando, are you ready for this? Lando, are you ready for this? I'm ready. Don't believe you, Lando. You need more people, son. Just don't trust it. I don't know. Maybe he has improved. Maybe he has improved. I just don't know. Is the honest truth. I don't know if I trust him. I've just gone on the bloody you're too lie. uh, I am. I can't see how many people are in there. But join the fantasy. If you're on a fantasy, join the fantasy. Agile looked kind of like he did, didn't he? In stark contrast to everything that I said. But again, you got to judge these guys in long form. 372 of you in the chat. Do me a favour. It's there, 100 mph. It's going to become a thing, this, isn't it? Alongside the walking stick pen. It's going to become a thing. I am a full-blown Neanderthal for doing this. I'm the first stage of the evolution of man. The Darwinian graphic. It's so bad, but I've got to do it. I apologise. Kayori, Kayla, Miss RS, let me know in the chat. What do you think of Naomi and Danica? Cameron, tell me how Red Bull made you feel in practice 3. Too much. You see, theoretical race pace, Max Verstappen is 3rd, or theoretical quali pace, Max Verstappen is 3rd. Eddie says, I'm so excited. Me and you both, chap. I'm glad to see. I feel like this is the Avengers, right? That we've all come together at the right time. It's going to get... I'm just growing as I suffer up. But oh, gosh, Selvin. Don't get me into my... Don't get me in my bag. Oof. Eddie, don't do it, Eddie. I can't even read that out, Eddie. You're gonna get me banned. Eddie says, can you believe that is chaos, Eddie? Eddie says, I certainly hope not, chap. Eddie says, can you believe that we're literally 45 minutes? I can't read. It's brilliant. It's brilliant, Eddie. You've got me, chap, but I can't read it out. That's very, very good, Eddie. One of the best comments that's been made in 2025. Love Naomi. Danica, liked her as a driver, says Kayori. Maybe I need to put some more respect on Naomi's name. Maybe I need to put some respect on Naomi's name a little bit. Max's meltdowns. Did you see Max on Lewis? He does not give a fudge at all. In the brake zone, free practice. Thou shalt not come past. He does not give a fudge, does he? I'm a racing driver and I will do whatever it takes to win. Love it all over it. Boy, says Kyo. RB21 seems stable, race back. All of a sudden, those start. You know what? I saw on Reddit them say, this is just that. There are plot lines, right? F1 history doesn't repeat, but it does rhyme sometimes, often. Like this is what happened all throughout H2. RB20 looked like RB20 would look like it was nowhere, like it had zero pace, like there was no room at the lap time in for Max Verstappen and Checo Perez, and then all of a sudden Sebastian Buemi overnight would go away and work some magic, and they would find like half a second or 0.6. It's like, what? How and from where? They were nowhere a couple of hours ago. Now all of a sudden it looks like Max Verstappen could in theory drop it on pole, or at the very least potentially split the McLaren boys, which is chaos already. If past his prologue, mention no names, the Italian Grand Prix, Oscar and Lando for all commentators. Is that what they're saying, Starley? I don't know. Why is Danica still in F1, especially with her political comments? Genius, it's taste chaos, isn't it? I would love to speak to it, but how can I speak to it without getting political? And I vowed that one of the central tenets on this channel is that we can't get political because it's too... I seek to... I want to have techie comment. I want to have the arguments about F1. I want to get techier than techie things about F1, but what I don't want to do... Politics is so divisive. You see the socio-political circumstance. Everybody hates each other. Financial markets are running roughshod over the world. It's chaos. You guys have seen what's going on with Tesla as an example. It's chaos. And so, I mean, I'd love to touch all those subject topics, but I can't. Messy head gal's best. Shizzle up housework. Let's go. Shizzle my nizzle. Elephant now promote. Stop gooning to Naomi. Lol, focus, gentlemen, says later. I mean, she, you know what I mean? If she got a great personality as that Naomi, like I can't hate it. Some say, not me. I'm a married man. Do you know what I mean? I cannot. Where is Claire? I'm harder than ever for quality. Bloody door, Eddie. I could literally cut diamonds. Oh my gosh, Eddie. How am I reading, chap? You're on chaos. You're on chaos today, mate. Go on then. We are T minus 4 minutes. We'll get ourselves some metrics up. Do me a favour, smash the like if you haven't already. Only 151 likes. We are gunning for 2025. Market leading settings. 5.278 kilometers, 3.2 miles. 58 laps will be the race. 1 minute 19 is the lap record, track lap record. Max Verstappen in 2024, 1 minute 15.9. They will go faster, some say, in the next hour or so. T-Man is 3 minutes away from Q1. Soft, medium, soft, fastest, medium, balanced, long lasting. What is it? C3, C4, C5. And breathe, chat. Are you ready for this? The journey, they say, is greater than the destination. This, ladies and gentlemen of the F1 jury, is Formula One. Oh, the humanity. We're about to get some answers to some questions. Enduring ones, techie ones. Who's quickest? Is it true that McLaren have the quickest machine? Really? Really? Ostensibly, and by how much? Because we know already that Lando will need time, Delta in hand. Otherwise, Mr. Verstappen's going to be in his head on his ASS at each and every single turn for 24 races. And Lando, in response to that, is going to need to have come on. Bobby, what's going on? Style, will Behrman make it past then? Oh my gosh, I hope so. I feel you, brother. Ryan, genius. Yes, but they should strive to end that SH1T. Nobody wants politics to F up sports. You're right, but politics, yeah, I can't do the politics. I'm married to you, but not blind, says Ryan. We can't be blind, Ryan. Definitely can't be blind, you know what I mean? Cheeky look at Anthony Hamilton in the Ferrari garage. That's a picture, eh? I mean, how far have they come? How do you like your Formula One and your stories? Anthony Hamilton driving once upon a time a red Cavalier with the LH44 registration, using which Sir Lewis Hamilton has made an industry out of his F1 career. I'm telling you, I'm nervous too, Foxy. I can't even take it. I'm struggling here. Nervous, palm sweaty, mom spaghetti. Do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. Ollie, Isaac, Antonelli, doing. I mean, how do you like your F1 chat? Do me a favour and smash the like, please. If you could. Magnificent, says Coyote. Oh. Oh my god! Why is my chest? I feel like I'm gonna die. Like my chest is tight. Everything is chaos. I think there's just too many. There's too many plot lines. It's too salacious almost. Glad there's already 150 likes. Half of you haven't even. I know. Imagine, Jody. Oh, the humanity. What are we doing? First, the humanity of the season, and that's a genuine. How long will the British media protect Behrman if he becomes a crash? If he crashes out? It's a question to which I don't have answer to. Lewis goes carts in Max's head. Go on, there's potentially solving. Potentially, we'll see, eh? I mean, if Lewis can, oh my gosh, look at them all queuing out. Q1, right? Let's go. 422 of you in the chat. And I'm grateful to each and every single one of you, because this community is nothing but for you guys turning up each and every single time. Genuinely, I mean that. It's not lost on me. Yeah, everybody's up for this. Look at this. It's going to be jam-packed out on track. 20 cars on track straight away. Oh, the humanity. Oh, the humanity. Here we go. T minus 10 seconds away. 490 of you in the chat. And we have ourselves a qualifying one session. The first qualifying session of 2025 underway. And I'm here for it. Let's go. 60 minutes are going to be chaos, eh? It's going to be more than 60 minutes, I reckon. Anyway, everybody's looking. Pierre Vacher. Now is where the wheels meet the road, and we get to see you know what I mean? The tide's gone out and we get to see which of these emperors have no clothes. Let's go, Bobby. Paul Lawson. You're about to pop cake. You can see me easy. I can't breathe. Electronic. I'm struggling out here. I love watching Sky F1 on mute and having Cameron on in the background. Starting some ish. Let's go. Go on then. I need to get some metrics up so we can have some add value conversation. 508 of you in the chat. Do me a favour and smash that like. Let's get some multi-view. And again, support the guys and girls over at multi-viewer. Why? Because they support us legends. All you need is... Oh, right. Let's go. Come on, EC. Come on, let's go. For 16 minutes and 40 seconds left on the clock. Let's go. Let's go. And breathe. Is this the right session? Yeah, qualifying one. Let's go. Let me just tinker with my metrics in the background. 400 of you in here. Bloody Nora. Is there some F1 going on? Or something? Bearman has a problem already. What's going on? Nightmare settings for the Englishman. Okay. Everybody on soft tyres. Brundle has it correct. Everybody on the soft tyres, apart from the ones that they call George Russell of Kings Lynn, Norfolk, and Kimi Antonelli. Interesting. Are they saving themselves an extra soft compound with a view to try and nail themselves a pole or a first row at the very least? 499 of you in the chat can currently do me a favour and smash that like, please. Por favor. 15 minutes left on the docket. Ollie Bearman's going to have to come in. Already getting very, very techie for the Englishman. Listen, it's going to be chaos for the rookies. Doohan, Antonelli, Bearman, Isaac Hajar. It was always going to get set. Bartoletto, the lot of them. I'm going to try it. Noah Thomas there in the chat. Gearbox. Oh no, but he's I mean, sometimes when you make your own bed, Ollie, as far as yeeting it into the barrier in 2 consecutive sessions, sometimes you're gonna have to lay in that bed. Therefore, do you know what I mean? These are a consequence of your own actions, and I mean, you don't need to make your life any more difficult for yourself than necessary. It's F1. Piranha tank settings. Ocon jumps to the top of the charts, but again, he's the first one to set a lap time. So you would expect that then, wouldn't you? T minus 14 minutes on the docket. George Russell. There's a George Russell of Kings Lynn, Norfolk. Goes top of your timing sheets on a 117.2. Your boy Cameron has to move his monitors around. Oh my gosh. There we go. Jack doing. Everybody's just going round, right, setting laps. No time to waste. Where are these guys that we're going to wait for the track to evolve? I think these guys are critically aware. Too early for soft, says Crackosaurus. I think these guys are critically aware of the risk. I mean, you've got 6 rookies out there. How, like, Bearman's already set trend, hasn't he? You can see what's going to happen here, that somebody's going to yeet it into the barrier. There's going to be a red flag. And then as you were for Q1, you've got to go out there and get a banker lap in, notwithstanding the rate at which this track is going to evolve. One of these rookies, look, I don't want to curse anything and I don't want to jinx anyone. It's a dangerous game that we play in F1. But are you betting on all of these rookies making it through from Q1 through to Q3 without one of them yeeting it in the barrier and causing a res flag? Behave yourself. Behave yourself. No chance. Let's go do an N Cameron's diabetic. Colour Pit is not mine, Flavio. It's not mine too much, it's Flavio's. That's where the Colapinto addiction comes from. Nightmare scenario for Bearman. No, he's struggling. He's struggling. He's absolutely struggling. Alonso, let's go, Nando. Definitely will be a yeeting 100% Crackosaurus. And I mean, my crystal ball is as murky as the next person's, but we're looking at the most probable outcomes, right? The most likely of eventualities, and that's why you're seeing them all out on track. Very little space there. In an ideal world, if it were a different track, a different circumstance, then you chill out in the garage for a little bit, as Vettel used to do, as Ayrton Senna used to do, as Mansell used to do so frequently. Come out and set a blazing hot lap at the last session, right? Here we go. We've got a cheeky 116.4 from Charles Leclerc. Lando Norris is on one as well. Look at that. 26.3. Look, he's gone 2/10 quicker than... what is it about that McLaren? So quick in sector 1. All right, here we... There's a Lando. Oh, my gosh. Lando Norris goes 116 flat. The theoreticals, remember, from FP3, Lando Norris did a 115.7. Max Verstappen did a 115.9. Expect these bods to go quicker then. All eyes on Max Verstappen, who hasn't set a lap time yet. Give me the onboard of Max, please, Sky F1, because that's what we want to see. Charles there too on a 116.4, but I think he's got more time in him than that, Charles. He won't be 4/10 adrift of McLaren, I don't think. Not when he's had his Weetabix and he's going balls out. Oscar Piastri about to set a time as well. Goes purple on a 17.2 in sector 2. Green sector 1. Max Verstappen. Oscar Piastri goes second on your timing sheet. So 116.1.5. Interestingly, Max Verstappen goes purple sector 1. Oof. 26.3. 4 as near as makes no difference. So go on then. The difference between Norris and Oscar Piastri on those soft compound tyres is a 1/10.5. The difference in theoretical lap times was as near as makes no difference, a 1/10.5. Oh my gosh, there's Max Verstappen, 17.1 chat. Do you see this? Oh my gosh. There is a Maximilian Verstappen, 26.3 sector 1. 17.1 sector 2. Max Verstappen looks like he's about to go provisional pole, if indeed that's a thing in Q1. We have ourselves a problem. Get out the way. Get out the way, Sir. Can you imagine if... Oh, wow. Max goes second only. 16.018. Not a lot in it, eh? Not a lot in it. A 1/10.5. And we're talking hundreds. What are you talking about, Cameron? Oh, my gosh. All right, so look, the problem for Max Verstappen is always going to be sector 1 and sector 2. Sector 1 and sector 3. That's been the prevailing thesis as far as Max Verstappen's travails, that there's something about those two sectors that the RB21 just does not like. Sector 1 he nailed though. Purple, 26.3. He was purple in sector 2 on a 17.1, but in sector 3 he's dropped off massively. Green for Max Verstappen, but there's something about that Red Bull that's still struggling in sector 3 to where he's given up sufficient time delta, where Lando still has the whip hand. Currently your runners and riders with 9 minutes to go. Oh, the humanity drop. I can't speak. I can't handle it. It's too much. Lando Norris tops your timing sheets on a 116 flat, as near as makes no difference. Then to Verstappen, there's a 100th in it, eh? Oh, there's a 10th. There's a 10th. Tell a lie. No, there's a bloody 100th. What are you doing, Cameron? I can't even read. Max Verstappen second. Oscar Piastri comes next again, not too far behind. Leclerc, Alonso, Doohan, Hamilton. Oh, the humanity. Do you see you've jinxed it, Eddie? Do you see you've jinxed it? Currently in your drop zone, therefore, Ollie Behrman, gearbox issues, probably won't get another run. Isaac Hajar, show improved now, sir. Tsunoda-san in 18th, also drop zone settings. Carlos Sainz and Esteban Ocon. Carlos Sainz you've got to expect Carlos Sainz to get out of there. Surely. No, it's not. It's just light speed, mate. Oh, breathing down his neck, Bobby. I'm telling you, Albon purple. Oh, the humanity. Albon does do a purple sector 2. Let's go. Let's all eyes on Albon's third sector. How far can he get out there? Albon promotes himself to 7th. Oh, the humanity. Let's go. Williams' pace is a true thing. And so too is Fernando Alonso. Look at that. Isaac Hajar, by the way, up into 8th. What is going on? T-minus 8 minutes on the docket. And it's getting chaotic. Russell sets a 116.2. 116.3 as near as makes no difference on medium compound tyres. What does that mean, therefore, going into Q3? Potentially. They've got more softs available. They've got more speed potentially available that they can tap into. As Fernando Alonso in the Aston Martin, a dog of a car by all consents, by all accounts of Sir Jim Radcliffe. What's he doing there? What's Sir Jim Radcliffe doing here with his monetary problem? Fernando Alonso goes purple, 26.3 and a 17.1 as Adrian Newey breathed his fire onto that car. I think I got Fernando Alonso in my... I have this drink to connect too high in my helmet. It says Max Verstappen complaining about the angle of the drinks. All eyes on Fernando Alonso, sector 3. Go on. Is he going to do a sector 3? But this is what Max did, right? Purple sector 1. Oh my gosh, he's dropped off. Yellow sector 3 for Fernando Alonso. What's happened there? Did he ease off? 32.8. What's gone on with that? As Charles Leclerc goes third fastest on a 1:16.0. It's all tight at the top, eh? What happened with Fernando Alonso? Get some eyes on that Sky Sports F1. I want to see what happened with that. Did he just back off? As Oscar J, OJ, Piastri goes 26.2 in sector 1. It's all over the shop, this. T-minus 7 minutes left on the docket with Ollie Bearman, Antonelli, Esteban Ocon, Liam Lawson and Nico Hulkenberg all in the drop zone. There we go. Up to 7th goes Sir Lewis Hamilton. But again, look at the gap. 4/10, chaps. Guys and girls, what are we doing? That's the difference between the Ferrari pairing. Oh, in the words of Graham Taylor, do I not like this yellow flag circumstance with T-minus 6 minutes and 32 seconds left on the docket? Oh, the humanity, the stress. I can't bear it. I cannot. Oh, wow. So Alonso was about to go purple and then he sees that the track was full of gravel. So with a view to preserve the prosperity and the health of his car, he backed off in sector 3. But Fernando Alonso was on for a purple. Like, what is going on? I mean, they promised us one of the great... Oh, no, Liam Lawson. Don't hit the barrier, chap. Cheeky off from Liam Lawson. Gravel on the track, and that's what ultimately I think caused Fernando Alonso to abort his lap. But he was quickest. Sector 1, sector 2. Lest we forget that Fernando Alonso, fire-breathing dragon back in 2005, 2006, sent one Michael Schumacher, the Regenmeister, into the original Regenmeister, by the way, I have, into retirement. What are we doing? For the first time round, Kimi Antonelli going green up into 14th. Not as good as some people would have expected. Currently in your drop zone with 5 minutes and 20 seconds left on the docket. Bearman, he won't get another time. Esteban Ocon, not a good day for Haas. Therefore, Liam Lawson struggling all over the shop again. It wasn't so easy. It won't be easy for you, Checo Perez said, right? That was his final parting shot to Liam Lawson. And this is being borne out by Liam Lawson's performance in that RB21. Cheeky look at the boys and girls from Brackley and Brixworth with 5 minutes left on the docket. In your drop zone for the avoidance of that, Pierre Gasly, Hulkenberg, Liam Lawson, Ocon, Bearman. Usual suspects there for Bartoletto outperforming Hulkenberg thus far, though. That's got to mean something. 1:16.8 versus a 1:16.9 from Hulk. Let's go, Gabriel Bartoletto. Oof. How do you like yourself some F1 chat? This is chaos. I need to Neanderthal out in a minute and drink myself some more milk because it's getting too chaotic. 499 of you in the chat or 700 of you in the chat watching can currently do me a favour and smash the like. Let's go. Look at Kimi. He's struggling a little bit, eh? Struggling a little. When anybody can look fast against cans when it's free practice and there's no pressure. Do you know what I mean? Norris said... Who's no wins now? I know it's true. It's true. I mean, he's got a couple at least. What's Micah saying? Hot take. Tsunoda-san taking Lawson's seat after 10 races. Can you imagine, Micah? Oh, the humanity. That would be the biggest backtrack in F1 history. Kimi a bit of pace. Sadly, Jody says, "Oh, think there's something wrong with Antonelli's car potentially because he did look quicker there." It's a good shot. Let's have a look at. Oh yeah, look. I'm just seeing the pictures. My visual's a little bit delayed to you guys. Oh, yeah, look at that. He's like, oh, something's dropped. Yeah. Something's dragging on the floor of Kimi Antonelli's car. It is. It's sparking massively. That can't be just from bottoming out. Ride height difficulties or aggressiveness. 3 minutes 33 on the clock remaining. Oh, my goodness. I can't even go. It's too much. What happened to Oscar's lap track limits potentially? Go on, let's have a look. Right. Oh shoot. Crofty makes the point. The drop zone parameter is 1:16.8. So Lewis has only got Lewis can't afford to rest on his laurels here. Lewis is gonna have to go again on a 1:16.4 currently in the drop zone as aforementioned. Pierre Gasly, Hulkenberg, Liam Lawson, Ocon, Bearman. The first 4 of those will go again. Bearman, again, fallen foul to some reliability issues, notwithstanding the fact that that's all that they've been doing in testing. But again, sometimes you make a rod for your own back, don't you? Ollie Behrman, especially if you're yeeting it into the barrier in the all-important free practice session, particularly the first one of the bloody year. What are we doing? T minus 2 minutes and 22 seconds is the time left on the docket. There is 0 wind. So these guys, who's that with the praying hands? Rebecca Donaldson. Carlos Sainz's missus, bless her. I mean, rooting on her future husband, potentially. Come on, as are we all, I think. I mean, Carlos, imagine if Carlos out-qualifies Lewis. Go on then, Liam. Liam's got to go quickly here. 26.5, first set to 17.1, second set to green, both for Liam, but I think these are both his first day. As Russell goes purple in sector 2, 17.0. 821 of you in the chat can currently do me a favour and smash the like. 1 minute 40 seconds left on the docket of this, the first qualifying session of the 2025 season, Albert Park Australian Grand Prix. All eyes on Liam Lawson. Is he going to make it through? He needs to do this one. I don't think he'll get time again. Liam Lawson off. Fuck, Liam. F1 is a piranha's tank. That counts, Liam. You only just needed to get it over the line there, and you've stacked it. Learn to drive on I know Perez warned him. Not an easy car to drive. Stylo said that anybody in that seat alongside the one that they call Maximilian Verstappen will struggle. Everyone's got to apologise to Checo. I don't think you're a million miles away from the truth there. Go on then. 50 seconds left on the docket. Lewis isn't going again, is he? Fudge. Look at this. Antonelli goes 1:16.5. This is close. Eddie, are you watching this? Gasly goes 8th. Lewis Hamilton down in 10th now. Oh no, Lewis is still out on track. Okay, so Lewis is going to get another bite at this cherry, but as is everybody else, it's going to get techie. 6:03 if you watch it concurrently. 23 seconds left on the docket. We have a look at Hajar. Hajar's just gone up into 9th on a 1:16.4. Fudge. Lewis Hamilton down to 11th on a 1:60. Oh my gosh. Everybody pushing down Lewis. Lewis is going to have to go again quickly. No, please. No Q1 exits from Lewis Hamilton, please. Lewis does a 26.3 and a 17.2 follows it up in sector 2. Let's go. How quick is he going though? 16.3. Okay, so that's good. That's good from Sir Lewis. Albon up into 7th. What is going on with these Williams bods? Carlos Sainz is going to go again and he's going to... Oh my gosh, Lewis Hamilton down to 14th. Lewis has got to make this stick now. He's done green, sector 1, sector 2, but I don't know what sector 3, Lewis, please, chap. Please make it quick. Lewis is on one. Don't stack it. No mistakes in sector 3, Lewis. Clean. Up into 6th from Sir Lewis Hamilton. Let's go. 1:16.2. Come on, chap. No mistakes in sector 3. No more. Not anymore. Get through to Q2 at the very least. Sir Lewis Carl. 0.3 adrift of the market lead. And 0.2 adrift. Oh, fuck, that's upset me though. That 0.2 adrift of Charles Leclerc is starting to cheese me off. I'm not going to lie to you. It's becoming a trend now at this stage. With one qualifying session. Yeah, right, Cameron. Trend what? One qualifying session, Q1, not even Q3. Go on then. Out in Q1 are as follows. Kimi Antonelli, 1:16.5. Hulkenberg 2. Liam Lawson out. Ocon and Behrman. Oh, the humanity. Look at that. Wow. Bortoletto putting what's his face to shame, eh? Kimi who? You see these rookies, casualties, yeah? No, you're not through, Kimi Antonelli. You're not through, chap. Alongside your old mates, Behrman and Lawson. Bartoletto and Doohan, eh? Look at that. Don't hate that. Jack's come out to play here. Like smelling of roses. I know it's his home track, whatever, but who cares? He just needed to get that in to stave off the Franco Colapinto shocks, one of which your boy Cameron is. 3 rookies out. Antonelli's out. Imagine Lawson, Behrman. Behrman fell foul of OG Zilla, you're a legend. Doing driving for his. I've got to rate it, OG Zilla. He gets the assignment. That's what we're here for, man. It puts a smile on my face. Let's get it done, Jack Doohan. Nightmare settings for Ollie Behrman. That's what happens when you're in F2. Like, listen, on any given Sunday, Ollie Behrman can shine bright, right? Like he did last year, Saudi, absolutely incredible. And Baku, if I recall correctly, he drove incredibly. Look at Liam Lawson fuming. Mate, this isn't good for everybody. Look at Ocon out as well. Get a picture of the dudes like fuming. Mate, this is big boy set. Christian Horner's words. You're going to play with the big boys, then you better have big boy game. Otherwise, do you know what I mean? Agile promoted to Red Bull A team. Put some respect on Danny Rick's name. Imagine, Michael. Oh, OG Zilla, you're a legend. Far too kind as always. Let me go up and see this. I can't even look at the smile on my face. I can't even contain myself. This is too chaotic, chat. I don't know what's going on. I'm losing myself. Yeah, doing his drive. And by the way, OG Zilla, you're a legend and far too kind as always. I just what is going on, chat? Go on, and the takeaways. F1 is a big boy game. Don't jump into F2 and think that you don't have to win that. Teo Pourchaire, Felipe Drugovich, both the most recent winners before Bartoletto, and still haven't got an F1 drive. I know that they don't rate those fields that they won, that Drugovich took a couple of years to nail it, and that what you want is a first-time winner. It makes sense, and I get it. However, F2 isn't the breeding ground for F1 that it once was. Ollie Behrman didn't do anything in F2. So what are we talking about here? Of course that chap's going to struggle. Yeah, you can sub him in on a Saudi Arabian Sunday and he's going to look like Ayrton Senna, potentially. Can do that. Anyone can do that. But judge these dudes in long form. Hassan, you're an absolute legend. It's been a minute, says Hassan. Different legend. 11 months, Hassan. Chaos, mate. I remember you correcting me in my intonation. Hassan. Is it Hassan? It's Hassan. Huff and breathe, chat. Jeez. I don't know what to make of it. Go on, let's have a quick run down. I think what we've just seen is evidence that these theoretical lap times that I'm quoting, I mean, not a million miles away, eh? Look at that. Top 5. Oh, and by the way, do you remember all those buds who were saying, why isn't Lewis in my pole position? Pole. Well, this is why. This is why. Go on then. Theoretical lap times again for those of you who just joined. FP3. I should probably update those for Q1, but I'm not going to. It's too long and arduous. Oh no, Liam Law. I had no tyres at the end of the lap, says Liam. Mate, but you still should have kept it on the bloody road though, and just get it over the line. Done is better than perfect. He's messy all over the shop, isn't he? Liam's struggling massively with that car. The honeymoon is officially over for these rookie bods. Now he needs not to crash. Marco's on the phone with Yuki's agent. I know, can you imagine? Where's Yuki? Go on then, let me see this. In fact, it's gone already. I can't even see it. Oof. Chat, what are we doing here? This is chaos. Absolute chaos. Just bring on Q2 now. I've had enough. Don't leave too much gap in between these. Turns 9 and 10 for Liam, yeah. Yeah, no, it's not an easy car today. He missed the apex and he's wide, he's understeery. So, I mean, it's a difficult beast to tame, that RB21, unless your name's Maximilian Verstappen. Oh, and he's missed the apex again. It's not turning. Understeer is what they're struggling to solve for, isn't it? Still, get on the brakes early there. Oh, he's locked up and then missed the apex again. He's struggling. Fudge cake. And he had a couple of near misses. Give them like, oh, deer in headlights. Liam Lawson face the music now. Oh my gosh! Imagine first. You can't go back to F2. No, once you've won, you've got to leave. There he is, Dan Carter, the legend that is. I mean, one of the best to ever do it, eh? No, you shouldn't be going off, Liam Lawson, in quali. Oh, the humanity. Who we going for pole then, guys? You guys tell me. I have no idea. My crystal ball is as murky as the next person's. 34% of you have gone Lando, 24% Max, Charles 27%, Oscar 14, 93% Rain, Bobby. Oh, the humanity. I don't see rain out my window. Oh, Michael. Lulu is our leader, Selvin. Selvin. It's going to get tech. Honestly, mate, it's going to get very, very techy. I don't know. Rain when tomorrow at the very latest. OG Zilly, you're a legend. These rookies can't keep it on track in qualifying. What's it going to happen when they come through to turn one tomorrow? OG Zilly, it's going to be chaos. They will struggle. But again, I almost want to... Bro, this quali is a social experiment for real. Here we go. OG, I almost want to give them a bit of... I mean, Liam's found out for real, that F1 is different now. Do you know what I mean? You can go and do like super formula in Japan and say that the cars, as far as their handling dynamic, is similar. Max looks confident. Crackosaurus, the same look on his face that I saw at bloody in day one of testing. As soon as he jumped out, they were like, okay, so we've got enough. Might not be fastest, but we've got enough. In stark contrast. Oh wow, look at Max on the onboard, stuck to the ground. What happened? All this story nonsense about no grip. Where's the no grip again? He's nailing the apex. Look at that, but it is still a bit. It's not. The balance isn't perfect. Hey, look at them going toe to toe. Charles Leclerc and Max Verstappen. They're close. But Max has gapped Charles in sector one. Look at that. Mate, I told them and they wouldn't listen. Max Verstappen goes purple, 1:15.6. Look at that. Let's see what Charles Leclerc's got on sector 3. I told them that they need to listen to me on day one, that there was pace in that Red Bull car. Oh no, I think it's really... Mate, I told them. I saw the faces. Not to pat myself on the back or anything, but we're speaking about it ad infinitum now, right? Oh no, I think Max is finished. Mate, he's going to be quick enough to challenge Lando, and therein lies the issue. If he's a 10th, look, if you're going to beat Max Verstappen, you're going to need stuff. There we go. There's a Sir Lewis Hamilton. 2/10 though again, chat. Adrift of his teammate, for crying out loud. It's becoming a trend now, and I don't like it. As a Sir Lewis Hamilton fan, though, he goes purple in sector 3. He's got to combine those then, hasn't he, Sir Lewis, and do a theoretical best lap, combine all of his best sectors. Here's the problem that we're looking at in 2025 for Lando. If he's not far down the road, if he doesn't have 2/10 in his back pocket because of how quick that MCL39 is, then Houston, we have ourselves problems, because that means Max Verstappen is going to be too close. He's going to be able to put it on P2, and then we know what happens after that. I don't think Lando Norris is serious enough yet. He's quick enough, but I just don't think he's serious enough as far as his craft to have fixed for the ills and travails that his that his campaign in 2024 suffered from. 26.1 from Lando, so he goes purple sector 1. This is it now, chat. Piastri goes purple, 2/10 on Max. What's Lando got, eh? 26.1. Okay, so he's... Oh, wow. Piastri goes quicker than Lando. A 10th quicker than Lando. Oh, the humanity. What's the delta back to Max? Wow, 2/10. Oscar Piastri currently on provisional pole in Q2, by the way. 711 of you watching can currently do me a favour and smash the like. Verstappen 2/10 adrift. As per Helmut Marko's assertion, I mean, 2/10. Chat. Lando ain't a championship driver, says Mike. I still think it'd be quicker. He'll put it on pole. First qualifying Scarlet Sanity. Expect Lewis to out-qualify Charles, especially race 1. No, 100%, Kyrie. 100%. Not yet. But it's a good track for Lewis, but he's still embedded. 900 of you watching concurrently. Do me a favour, smash the like. T minus 9 minutes. Currently in your drop zone, Gabriel Bortoleto, who's done amazingly well to outqualify Nico Hulkenberg in his first session in Formula One. He's the truth. Gabriel Bortoleto. What are you talking about? Hajar up to 11th. Go on then. Currently in your drop zone, you've got Isaac Hajar, Yuki Tsunoda, Doohan, Gasly, and Bortoleto. But Tsunoda's winning. Tsunoda-san is winning. So long as he doesn't yeet it into the barrier, Fernando Alonso onto one, as I think he can sniff himself a decent position here. All of a sudden, Aston Martin, from like whence did they come? What are we doing? This is chaos. Fernando Alonso and that Aston Martin have been nowhere, but they've got the direct line to Adrian Newey now, right? On speed dial, Carlos Sainz struggling a tad. Drop zone against Tsunoda, Bortoleto, Hajar, Gasly, and Doohan with T minus 8 minutes 37 seconds on the docky. Rookie Alonso, no, he's struggling a little bit, but he's going to go. Watching a minute with Fernando Alonso. He's got a time in there. He has got a cheeky time in there. And I think that car, that Aston Martin's got more time in there than we all anticipated. But Lewis asking Ricardo's Newey Richcraft. Turn 1, biggest loss from Lewis Hamilton to Charles Leclerc. Asking his race engineer, where am I going wrong? Oh, Kimi Antonelli broke the front piece of the car on a curb. Get the duct tape, says Crackersaurus. Smashoosh. Smash that like button, please. Definitely smash that like button. It is free. And subscribe if you're not already. Mike and New Richcraft. Stroll ahead of Alonso. Not for long though, I don't think. Alonso's got pace in him. And I don't think he goes too badly around Australia, if I recall correctly. Surf Source. OG Zilla, Williams pace real. I mean, they've improved. They've definitely improved. It's a difference in extent, OG Zilla and not kinds at this stage. We've got to wait and see. It's Oscar, Lando, Max support, 100%. So I think it's the McLaren boys. The reason why I put, oh, look at that. Max still 2/10. That's too close. McLaren need to be further down the road from Max than that, in my humble opinion. Can you imagine they start to like scuffle into turn 1 tomorrow? I'd be surprised at this stage if Oscar outqualified Lando. I'd be surprised. Just being honest, I don't know. That's just what my gut's telling me. Just based upon what happened last year. 20-4 is how much Lando outqualified Oscar Jack last year. So like that tells you all you need to know, eh? 4.6. 624 of you in the chat. To whom I am grateful ad infinitum, as we are rounding third base on this qualifying session, or Q2 at least. Oof. I mean, how am I going to go to sleep after this chat? To do the cheeky reaction video. Max has dropped it on pole again. No, I don't know. He'll do well. If Max can drop it on pole here, he'll do very well. I think McLaren have the whip hand here. And now they've been forced to show their cards right. 1:15.4 as versus Max's 1:15.6. Oof. And I think Lando's got some more pace to come, right? I wouldn't anticipate him to be a 10th shy of his teammate. I think that's bogus. An anomalous circumstance. 606 if you're watching concurrently. What a great shot. Charles Leclerc onto it. Go on then. Charles Leclerc, he hasn't got the pace, has he? Look at this, chat. That's a shame for the championship, you know. I thought Charles Leclerc would be right up there with Lando and Oscar. And Max, of course. If that's the true pace of the SF25, then that's a shame. Everybody turned up their car to like 17. And now Charles and SF25 left floundering. Although Lewis, let's have a Lewis on a quick lap here. No. Fudge. I thought Lewis was about to go quicker than Charles. You saw my face about to start celebrating. Still a 10th shy. Correct. Martin Brundle. The alarm bell should be going off for Ferrari. The Delta now. Look at that. George Russell quicker than both of them. Bloody Nora. No. You remember Toto said you're going to have to get used to our rear wing. Look at that. George Russell attempt down the road from Charles Leclerc even. Oh, the humanity. What is going on, Chad? I can't cope. It's far too much. Go on then, in your drop zone with 4 minutes remaining. Jack, Alonso, Bortoletto, Stroll and Isaac. There's a lot of work to do there. I think there's a lot of positions still to be shuffled up there. And I don't think anybody's safe. Oh, chat. Can you imagine? Lewis would be looking at George there and he'd be thinking, hang on. Can I... And I said it was my dream to race with Ferrari. But I didn't want to leave Mercedes a quicker car. Fudge cake. Tsunoda-san. 116 flats. Let's go. Let's go. Brundle saying to Zach Brown that there's a cheeky championship opportunity. Yeah, they're quick, aren't they, those McLarens? MCL 39. But I mean, in the wet, you let me know. Chat RPM, yeah, but I saw a cheeky RPM video. Bro Alonso carrying that Aston car as per usual. As per usual. Look at that. Go on then, Fernando. Top 5, any. I wouldn't be surprised. He's still got it in him as that young, hungry 47-year-old lion that is Fernando. 47 on 9. He's about 44, isn't he? 26-3, 17-2. Is he gonna break? Is he gonna gap? Is he gonna put himself between those Ferrari pair? It'll go close, I think. Just looking at, just all eyes on Ferraris, on Fernando Pan Alonso's sector 3. Where's this Alonso lap, for God's sake? Where's this Alonso? Oh no! Alonso pitted. What's that about? Alonso went green. Maybe that's an error. Maybe Alonso has done a time here, and I'm just missing it. Oh, fudge. Okay, 1 minute 52 on the docket, and Fernando Alonso still hasn't set a time yet. 1,000 of you in the chat can currently do me a favour and smash the like. I swear these unsupervised children better not read. Oh my gosh, Hassan. The risk is getting chaos now. All eyes on Bortoletto. Bortoletto will be alright though. Alan Prost settings. I don't think he'll yeet it into the barriers. Too crafty. Hajar, however. Hassan. Hajar, however, could get very... Do you see the commentator's curse here? But you see, I handle it, chat. I'm backing him. I'm backing my old guy, Gabriel. I think he's all right. Yeah, Gabs, Kayori. But you see, he followed through. I didn't anticipate him having one of those, but I know in the wet though tomorrow it's going to be a different circumstance. Eh? Stroll goes green, set to 1, set to 2. T minus 59 seconds on the docket. Don't be surprised if Lewis podiums. Sydney, do you think so? It's rainy circumstances, isn't it? Excuse me. And as soon as it's rain, you can't count out Lewis or Max. When 21 of the last 24 rain affected Grand Prix between the two of them. Go on then, Jack. Russell goes purple, sector 2. Oh no. Can you see the narrative? Man has been massive. You can't deny him anymore. You're talking about Jack, Alex. Put a name on it, sir. Lewis spinned it. Don't say that, Chad. Damn it. Lewis Hamilton spins. Go on then, Jack. Go on, Jack. Rooting for doing now. The way that he's hustling this car along is making me... Yeah, let's go, Jack. Look at him. Get over it. Let's go, Jack Doohan. I hope he gets through, you know. The way Jack Doohan's responded to this has made me an instant fan of him. Not doing all the stupidness that Liam Lawson's doing or the foolishness that Ollie Behrman's doing. No, I've got a job to do and I'm going to go and do that job. Let's go. Oof. Max Verstappen, sector 1, sector 2. Look at this. 26-0. Are you seeing this, chat? 17 flat from Max Verstappen in sector 2. Oh, the humanity. Can you do me a favour, production, and put the camera on Max Verstappen? Fire-breathing dragon, breathing fire in real time. What are we doing here? Alex Albon. Oh, no. Alonso, what's going on here? Alonso's just gone now. No chance. Bortoletto in 14th. Stewart, drop zone 2. Stroll, Hadjar. I think they're all gone, so, you know. I think they are all gone. Oh no, Max Verstappen does yellow final sector. As Lando Norris goes on a 115.4. There's a Lando Norris. There is a Lando Norris. Oh wow. Do you hear what Croft is saying? If you push too hard too soon, then you have yourself a problem. Alonso completes his lap at 1 second shy. That's tricky from Alonso. I thought for a second there was pace in there. Says Bobby. I mean, if it rains tomorrow and Max starts in third, so to go out, let's have a look at this off from Sir Lewis. I bet it's in sector 3. Fudge cake. Sector 3. You see this, chat? I'm not loving this at all from Sir Lewis. Oh no. Sector 3 off from Sir Lewis, I think. No likey. Give him some grace though, Cams. Do you know what I mean? First race, brand new team, Scuderia Ferrari, acclimatising. Alonso got 1 year older, says Starley. Russell needs a better car. He's a very good driver. I think he's got a good car. Look at that, 115.7. 3/10 for drift of the lead. He'll take that. Quicker than Charles Leclerc. Point to point, the quickest of the grip. Look at Bartoletto's save. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. But I mean, to be fair, he's thinking, yeah, the mistakes probably cost him. I don't think he would have got through to Q2, Q3 anyway, even, but telling you, if Matt starts in the top 3, I know. I've already put a cheeky wager as much there. 919. I promised myself anytime it's a range strewn race, I will bet Max or Lewis. If Lewis was in good form, I'd bet Lewis as well. But Lewis isn't in good form. He's still got a lot of flipping Nora. Where do we start, chat? How do I put together a synopsis as to what's just happened in Q2? I didn't see Lewis box with everybody else. Yeah, no, he spun. OG Zilla. A cheeky off. I want to say in sector 3. Yellow flag settings. So much excuses for Lewis. It's a 7-time. I know. I tell you what, Micah. You know what? Since you've segued me very nicely into that. Again, look. Every time before I want to hear what you guys think. Right. I want to understand what the consensus is so that we can have a sensible add value conversation. And so before every single Grand Prix, there were 2 polls will go out. One, who's going to win for the race? Who have you got? The other one will be for the poll. I don't care who goes into those polls, right? POLL. I care not. All I will do is leverage the experts and see who the top 4, as far as the odds makers, who are the top 4, who were the favourites. And for the poll this race, here were the favourites. It was Lando, then it was Max, and then it was Oscar, and then it was Charles. Those were the 4. And so those are the 4 that went into the poll. I can only put 4 names. You guys have heard me talk about this, but I want to reiterate. I'd love to put Lewis in every poll, but this isn't Hopium Central. If Lewis isn't in the top 4, and you know what, if it's marginal, most of the time I will leverage a bit of Lewis Hamilton bias. If Lewis is like, I don't know, if Lewis is like, say, 5-1 and Oscar is 4-1, I might just put Lewis in there. This time, the gap between Oscar and Lewis was like much. It was as if like Oscar is like 5 times more likely to put it on pole than Lewis. I would be an idiot, a buffoon, therefore, to put Lewis instead of Oscar. So then you get all the fundamentalist fans going, oh, you need to put some respect on Lewis Hamilton's name, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, well, hang on. I've had this conversation a gazillion times last year when the odds makers didn't even have Lewis within the top 5. Oh, I want to vote. I want to be able to vote for Lewis Hamilton and send him good vibes. Well, what now? I might be gloating a bit too soon, and I don't want to gloat. I don't want to bathe in the look. I would love for Lewis Hamilton to go and drop it on pole, but I don't like the way that. Oh my gosh, Charles Leclerc nearly yeeted it. George Russell impeding potentially. But yeah, when he's I can't. Foxy, it's chaos. Max he's not bad. He's not bad, Rox. This Max chap. He's not bad. Pole for the driver and win for the constructors. Can't wait for tell them to go on. Honestly, Kyrie, I can't even. Some bad words. Kyrie. Some real bad words. What's the word? I'm trying to think of some of the wicked ones. Oh, Lewis off. 666 of you in the chat concurrently. Can relax, everybody relax. Flashy scope. I mean, you can get Sky F1 for that, right? Don't want to relax. This is the first qualifying. This is Q3 now. If there were a time to relax this season, now would not be it. Do you know what I mean? Kyrie, I'm trying to fit Mouvangue, of course. There's another one. I can't even say the words, Kyrie, because I get in trouble. No, I'll get in trouble. I won't say those ones. Old school lyrics, Kyrie, that I can't. I just can't. Bounty killer settings. Skyphone was saying that Red Bull were third fastest the past 2 weeks. Can you imagine, Huncho? This is when you have to come to this channel and I'll tell you the truth. Do you know what I mean? They have to understand they've got to normalise for Max Verstappen. The RB21 in anybody's hands isn't the RB21 in Max Verstappen's hands. And that's what they've got to realise, and they don't understand. They weren't watching the bloody timing sheet. I don't know why you shipped them over to testing for. We're watching the timing sheets here live, and I told you in day one that Max Verstappen was happy with that car because he was able to access pace. To all these people talking about Ferrari are quicker. Ferrari are quickest which part? When? How? Based upon what? Just daft. I can't do it. It's nonsense. True value and objectivity each and every single day. This is why we've got to go live. Every time when there's a car run chat, we've got to go live because I feel like they're telling you guys lies out here by dint of either their willful negligence or ignorance. It's got to be one of the two. Kimmy's, Valentino's. No, Kyori, the lyrics are really bad. Really, really bad. Starting some ish. Lewis does have to adjust to the car and new steering wheel. Even Lewis has a learning curve. But he said starting some ish that he's trying to adapt his driving style to the car still. So you got to give him a bit of runway in that sense, a bit of bandwidth. Sky's delusional, but it's not something that I don't think it's not bias. I just think they missed it. We did it in the testing sessions are still there. Day one, you heard us talking, like you saw us responding to it, right? You cheer for your driver, the pole is secure, but glance at P2, your nerves are unsure, says Umarch. You pray to the skies to keep the clouds to bay. For if the rain falls, he'll carve through the spray. Oh my gosh. Of whom does Umarch talk? Of course, it's Maximilian Verstappen. He's going to get close. But I would argue mission accomplished for Max. If he can, front row would be perfect. That would be overachieving, right? But I reckon even if he puts it on the second row, over to you, McLaren. Emboldened Oscar Piastri with that new contract, £20 million worth. Like, what are we doing? It's going to get. I swear, it's going to get so chaotic. What's going on here? What's going on with this bloody... So that says we've got 6 cars shooting for pole. And I can't breathe. T-minus 10 minutes on the docket. Oscar Piastri gone out quick and early. Zach Brown says that they're scared of Max. That's the threat. If we're doing some SWOT analysis, the threats will come from Max Verstappen. Max in that McLaren qualifies 1 second down the road for everyone. Go on, and let's have a look at Oscar. He's gone out, hasn't he? No longer is this a sophomore Oscar Piastri. You can see, oof, look at the pace he's taking through them turns. He's balanced, isn't it, eh? Bloody Nora Oscar. Mate, he's not coming to play. Who said Lando Norris for pole, eh? Oscar's travelling. Yeah, no, Daniel. I think I might have underestimated Oscar a little bit here. He is moving. Absolutely moving. Purples all around. Look at that. Come on, let's get the timing sheets up. T minus 9 minutes to go. Jeez. So Max Verstappen has done a purple in sector 3. What's that for? Is Max Verstappen taking too much time out of his tyres too early on? Oscar makes an error. That last turn is so tricky. It's really, really tough, right? Because you're travelling at a gazillion miles an hour and then you need to prick a braking zone. You get too into the flow of things and then you've got this low minimum speed, medium duration turn. And it's like the penultimate one. It's hard. Now, here we go. There's a Charles Leclerc. Wow. 1:15.7. Huh. And George Russell now 1:15.695. What are we doing here? Track evolution potentially. Wow. Chaos chat. Go on then. Get you right. I'm in disbelief here. It's too chaotic. Oh my goodness. Okay. And there's a Max Verstappen 1:15.671. Purple sector 1. They're just going to have to keep going and going now. Look at this. Bloody Nora. Umanch, are you seeing this? Uman, sorry, you seeing this? 15.671 for pole position provisional. I think they're going to have to go quicker. Lando Norris gets his time deleted. He's going to have to go again. You see all these stupid mistakes from Lando Norris at the critical times. Why is he getting laps deleted? Now he can't afford. Now he's got to go again. No banker lap. Now he's got to go. This is like Lando Norris of 2024 all over again. This is the problem, chat. Lando track limits. All these little stupid things count, right? Get a banker in. Max Verstappen goes out there and he's going to put the pressure on your neck. Look now. Now McLaren have to go and do something in the hands of Oscar Piastri and Lando. This, chat, is the difference. If you want to play with the big boys, Christian Horner said, you're going to have to play big boy games. Yeah, you did. You infringed upon track limits, Lando, and now the pressure's on, chap. You've already made your life infinitely more difficult for yourself, both you and Oscar. Now you've got to come from. You see what Max does? I'm telling you, chat. Oh, stop glazing, Max. But already it feels like he's got. Listen, McLaren should put this 1 and 2. They absolutely should. OG Zilla, Mert performing well in hot conduct. Can you imagine OG Zilla? Oh my gosh. Oh, the humanity. If they've built a car now that Sir Lewis has left, bloody Nora. Life is an SOB, right? Perennial fumblers. More chaos cam. Oh my gosh. Why are they doing this, McLaren? Specialists in failure. Annoying. Even if they put it on. Look, I'm invested in the processes more than the outcomes. Even if they go and put it on pole, 1 and 2 they should do. It feels like they've got the car in hand. But what we're seeing here is what we saw all of last year. Mistake central, seizing defeat from the Moors, no jewels of victory each and every single time. Now they've got to go out and do something. Their job is difficult. Bang. Ted Kravitz said it infinitely more eloquently than I. If you make a mistake, oh my gosh, you see Max Verstappen, track limits, flipping Nora, just barely on the line. Oh my gosh. Chat, this is listen, Ted Kravitz says it better than I ever can, and this is why I get saying, stop glazing in Cameron. This is why you got to give the dude credit, because if you make mistakes, you have to pay. This is Max Verstappen's era. We're just living in it. Chat, it doesn't do what these other bods are doing on the grid. McLaren should have this wrapped up by now. There should be 1 and 2, all nice and good, like locked down in the garage, getting themselves some relaxation time. They are not. They are not. And the reason why they're not, because they're yet and still going into 2 and 2.5. I contend that they're still experts, professionals in failure. Some story and I'm sticking to it. Trend is your friend until there is a ban. Oh my God, did they? Oh my gosh, damaged Lando's floor. Do you see what we're doing here? Need to get out the gate quick, Lando. And you sat there in the garage with a damaged floor. Is this 2025 or is this 2024? What am I seeing here? It's there for you. It's there for you. Oh, bloody Nora, another off from Lewis. Mate, this is too chaotic. I feel like this is deja vu, as insufferable as ever with Max Hunter. Andrew, have we not read this book before? I just Crackosaurus. I just feel like this feels awfully familiar now. Both Williams in Q3 agreed. Later, I haven't even give that any credit. Albon up there in 5th over the human. Imagine if Albon out qualifies Carlos. Turn up for the books. Go on then, runners and riders. T minus 4 minutes left on the docket. Verstappen on a 1:15.6. 7-1. George Russell. Oh my God. Here go the McLaren boys. Straight out there, eh? 900 of you watching concurrently. This is it, chat. This was Christmas Day now for all F1 fans. Oh, the humanity. What a time to be an F1 fan. Maximilian Verstappen currently rests on provisional pole, proper, on a 1:15.671. What have they got, chat? Are McLaren going to do this? Max Verstappen waiting, giving a debt. So he's got. I just don't trust McLaren to do this, you know. I really want for them to go well, but I just. Norris has one chat. What are we doing over there? How are they here so early? Already with their back up against the wall. Surely, if you're going to beat Max Verstappen, you've got to get out the gate quick. He's led the championship for 1,021 days ever since Spain in 2022. Therefore, there is a blueprint that presents itself. If you're going to beat him, you need to get out the gate quick. Surely, therefore, we've said already, leverage the Sebastian Vettel thesis. Put it on pole, lights the flag victory. You don't need to be dilly-dallying with Max Verstappen. Not if you want an easy life. Line of least resistance settings. 2 minutes 36 seconds on the docket. Over to you, McLaren. Let me see what you've got now. I'm really keen. I'm keen to see this. T minus 2 minutes and 13 seconds. Crack on. And by the way, Max Verstappen is travelling out behind you. You like yourself some pressure. Why wouldn't you make your life as frictionless and sans difficulty as possible? I just don't get these pods. I don't understand it. I couldn't work at McLaren. They say all this stuff about creating a working culture that fosters innovation. Do you know what I mean? I couldn't work for McLaren. Be honest with you, I just keep seeing them making noddy decisions. OJ Piastri on a hot one now. Unbelievable, chat. What are we doing? Right, last chance saloon. Go on then, OJ. 0.027 adrift. Look at that. Pressure circumstance. Pressurised. Come on, Piastri says it. And it would have been a lovely moment for Australia if OJ, but look at this, Lando 0.094 up on the time of Max Verstappen. OJ Piastri 0.044 adrift. Come on, Oscar. Put it on. Can you imagine a story if OJ manages to put it on? Come on, Oscar. Put it on pole, chap. But Lando again, he's quicker. He's the quicker of the two still. Lando goes purple and green, therefore, in Sector 2. Houston, we have a problem if we're Oscar Piastri fans and want to see the homeboy. Go on, Oscar. Ooh, he's put it down. Oscar Piastri comes over the line. Pole. And then Lando does it flip. Lando takes it away from him instantly. Shoot. The Australian contingent celebrate, but Oscar cruelly takes it away from him. He's a 10th clear. Go on then. Oh, and Max Verstappen, yellow sector 1. Oh my gosh, Max Verstappen is looking at 4th. He goes purple sector 2. Oh, Max Verstappen goes into 3rd. Shoot. Okay. Max Verstappen in 3rd. Charles Leclerc nowhere. Yellows. Pierre Gasly up to 6th. Wow. Wow, chat. Max Verstappen, so your provisional pole is Lando Norris. Wow. Lando Norris pole. So McLaren did it ultimately because they've got the car. But again, they can't. This business, what they've gone on with today, they can't have this drip feed to tomorrow. Lewis 2/10 adrift. Oh my gosh. 1 second adrift of the market lead. And critically, 0.5 adrift of George Russell, for crying out loud. You see this, chat? That's the story, eh? 0.5 difference between King George. Oh my gosh. Albon goes quicker than both Ferraris. What's going on? And 0.3 quicker than Carlos. Tsunoda-san, 15.6. Let's go. Up into 5th. Let's go, Yuki Tsunoda. What do you mean, Liam Lawson? Let's go. Yuki Tsunoda-san. Do you know what I mean? Initial D settings. Let's see if Papaya, they're going to have to, Andrew. Yeah, put your thumbs up, Zach. Because if it's wet tomorrow, can you imagine? I can't wait. I can't wait, chat. 894 of you in the chat. This is chaos. Chaos. Props to Lando. He's still quicker. All these bots talking about Oscar Black. It would have been such a lovely story for Oscar to drop it on pole, Albert Park. But bloody Nora, like Lando's rapid, chat. Everything that he doesn't have in terms of mental fortitude, he has in absolute pace. He's rapid. Yuki Tsunoda, something to prove. Tsunoda-san. Tsunoda-san. Yashita. Tsunoda-san. Let's go. Tsunoda is going to be a problem, EC, tomorrow. Let's go. 5th, 0.7 adrift. Holy smoke. Ferrari are nowhere. In stark contrast, George Russell is in 4th in that Mercedes W16. George Russell is 0.2 quicker than Charles Leclerc. Make this make sense, chat. Oh, the humanity. I don't know what's going on. This is going to be chaos. Yeah, those two McLaren buds need to make friends already. Oscar has to know. They need to have a post qualifying debrief and understand what time it is. Because they've got Max Verstappen breathing down his neck. Look, Max Verstappen, though, to be fair, look at the absolute far. Max Verstappen, 0.4 adrift of Lando Norris's top. Oh my gosh. That's 0.5 second, chat. I mean, it won't matter for tomorrow, but 0.4 or 0.3 adrift of Lando's. What are we doing here indeed, Emma? Like, that's chaos. Poor Oscar, man. That would have been incredible if you put it on. Max looks happy, but he's got to be fuming inside. It's the extent. It's the gap is big. Bigger than Red Bull could have expected. They thought 0.2. 0.4 is the gap. Go on then. As we round third base, Lando puts it on pole on a 1:15.0. Piastri on a 1:15.18 in second. McLaren, oh my gosh, McLaren, what is going on? McLaren lock out the front row. Max Verstappen critically. Here's your headline, chaps, guys and girls. Max Verstappen 0.4 adrift of Lando Norris. Hang on. What's going on here? George Russell, 1:15.5 in 4th. Yuki Tsunoda in 5th on a 1:15.7. Alex Albon, Charles Leclerc, and oh my gosh, there are so many. But we're going to have to react, chat. I need to go and film this reaction video because it's too chaotic. The race and then some rain. Oh my goodness. What did we just see? What? Yuki Tsunoda doing one of these. Have some of that, Horner. What are you talking about? Liam Lawson, put that in your pipe. I mean, look at the gap between. So the gap between Tsunoda-san and Verstappen is 0.2. Hang on. Houston, we have ourselves a problem. Oh, the humanity. Right, guys and girls, I'm going to go and make this. I'll be back in about 15 minutes for a cheeky 8-minute reaction video, during which we'll dissect for all of the key plot lines. Max doesn't look too happy, right? I don't think he'll be upset the fact that he's qualified on 3rd, because I think he can win from there in a wet race. He can, absolutely. What he'll be struggling with, though, is the 0.4, the gap between him and Lando Norris. That is cause for concern as far as Maximilian Verstappen is concerned, right? Oh, the humanity. I'll be back in 15 minutes. A cheeky aiming reaction video. We've got to do it because there's too much chaos. There's too much chaos. The time differentials, the deltas, Max Verstappen's reaction, Lando and Oscar nearly bloody again, seizing defeat from the jaws of victory, putting the necessary pressure on themselves to deliver. But again, they've got the quickest car, eh? That much we can definitely write home about, and so too the underperformance of Scuderia Ferrari in the hands of both Charles Leclerc and Sir Lewis Hamilton as versus the Mercedes of George Russell. What are we doing here, chat? It's chaos. I'll be back in a couple of minutes once I've gotten my thoughts and feelings together for a cheeky reaction video between now and the race, for which we will be streaming 30 minutes before lights out. The prosecution rests. Deep breath. No further questions, Your Honour. Unbelievable.